All right. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to try to keep this as short as I can. It's not very much. I actually had two dreams. One this night and the other one the previous night. And the previous night is the main one I want to tell you because I don't really remember the one I had this night. It was kind of odd, and I think the main one I want to just give is this story right here that's on screen now, and that was on the 15th that I had it, and then I woke up on the 16th. So that night, So I guess you could say yesterday, because today's the 17th. But it was very simple, very clear. I should make that stressed. I think I even say it somewhere in here that it was very clear to me. Yeah, it was dream was clear, and yet I couldn't remember everything. And that seems to be a pattern lately, is that I remember it feels clear, yet I can't seem to remember everything when I wake up. And that's what's so strange lately, because I used to remember very detailed things about certain things, but there's certain key factors in them that I always remember. And in this one, it was a coin. And it seems to be a reoccurring pattern lately with coins. And this coin was silver. And the thing about it is it seemed like an American eagle. And it wasn't like what is it? The American liberties and stuff like that they're like, has the woman on there and the flags and all this stuff with it. It was specifically like the back of a coin, but it was the American eagle specifically, like the actual American eagle, and that was it. And that's the side or the feature that I seen, if that's what I could remember properly. I was trying to remember it fully and what was on the ring, the coin. Sorry, uh, and that's kind of what I think I saw on there. But it was specifically a silver coin. That's the biggest thing about this whole thing. And right after I seen that, it was that voice again, and it was a very distinct voice because I asked previously, like, to not use my voice, because when I hear voice, like if I hear something, usually it's in my voice, And I asked specifically if you're who you say you are, like, I don't want it to be my voice, so I don't get confused. I wanted to know it's from specifically you, you know what I mean? And I asked for a different voice, and after that time, in the dream at least, it's a different voice. And it was a very distinct voice, and that's how I know it's not, me or some trick or something. And it said right there, marked. And that's what's interesting about this whole thing, is it said marked. I saw the coin and it said marked. And what was it about, really? I'm not really sure what it meant by marked. The only thing I could think of is hypotheses, like kind of guess what it is. And it kind of seemed like it was just like, oh, you'll be fine, Sometimes it just means, we all know that if you're marked with like, the people who believe Jesus will come back. People believe that if you're marked, that means you're a good thing, but it's not. There's also the bad marked, which is like the mark of the beast and stuff like that. It in my opinion, it didn't feel like that's what it was. When I heard this dream, when I had this dream, it didn't feel bad. It felt like a good thing. Like, oh, you're marked, you're saved, you're fine. You'll be fine. And that's why the more I kept trying to remember, could it mean anything else besides that? Uh, it just felt like it was fine. The other thing that I could think of right here was that maybe it meant America was marked, since I am in America. Maybe it just meant like America's was marked somehow, like, and just in theory. But it seemed weird, because why would it be a silver coin and then say marked, right? Maybe it meant people who were getting silver are marked for some reason. Maybe it was a warning, a little bit, because I did hear a couple things about people who get silver being watched, or like they will be, the silver will be confiscated if like the economy crashes or something like that. Like, there's only certain coins you can have in silver that won't get taken if they need it, like in a dire situation. And even then, people were saying like, You probably won't have to worry about that. It's just speculation at this point, but you can go into a bunch of different things, right? Especially with silver and like all this other stuff. But it made me start to wonder a bit because I was like looking or asking, in my opinion, like, hey, what do you think this means? Like, in my mind, you know? And I eventually noticed something when I was searching that up. And it was really quickly after I started searching up random things. And apparently, back in the days, silver was actually worth more than gold. And I had no idea about that. If you look it up, apparently, like in the Bible, it's mentioned like silver over and over as people who were rich, apparently. And like silver is actually mentioned more in there than I had ever suspected. And if you want to go do your own research and look into that, then go ahead. Hey, more power to you, right? But yeah, it mentioned silver a lot more, and that's why I got curious and looked it up a little bit myself. And yeah, sometimes it also mentioned not to get obsessed with silver, because it meant you were being greedy and stuff like that, which, you know, money, greed, they're never a good combination. But I had never suspected that it was a currency that was used, you know, for rich people back then. So that was kind of interesting to hear. But yeah, beyond that, that's mostly it for the dream. Like I said, it was clear, yet I can't remember everything, and that's been a recurring thing lately, where I can't remember the full dream for some reason, even though I usually can remember the whole dreams if I actually do remember any part of it. So who knows? But like I said, I don't think it was a bad thing. If it was a warning, it wasn't like to deteriorate people or like to deter people from doing certain things or something like that. It's just like, hey, wake up, I guess. In worst case scenario. And let me see. I had asked for a dream. Yeah, this right here. So before I had this dream, I actually asked for a dream, and this isn't the first time I've asked for a dream and I got one. Maybe you can start asking for a dream if you're curious or want a specific dream as well. Maybe you'll get a dream too, because this is actually the second or third time I've actually asked for a dream and I got a dream. And that's not usually how it works, for me at least. If I dream a dream, I dream a dream, you know? I don't just receive a dream. That's usually not how it works, you know? And lately, if I ask for one, I actually do get a dream. And it's always about something specific. And that's what I find interesting lately. So if you want to try to get something, a dream, and just, you know, see what you can dream up, I guess you can, hey, ask for one, see what happens, see, maybe you'll get a warning. Maybe it'll change your life. Who knows? Because people have gotten dreams before in the past where it's like a wake up call to them, you know? And when you feel a dream that is so realistic, it feels like reality. And hey, you start to become aware of certain things, you know? You start to believe coincidences aren't just coincidences anymore. And I personally believe coincidences are not coincidences at times, especially when they happen over and over. Especially nowadays, you'll start to notice that a lot too. And so, yeah, I recommend doing or asking and trying to become a little more spiritual if you aren't. You know, if you're just somebody who is like, I guess, an atheist, especially, and you're just intrigued with dreams, maybe you can get one too. Who knows? Like I said, maybe you'll awaken to stop being an atheist and start believing in something, and that's fine too, you know? There are a lot of people that have different opinions, and there's no hate against that, you know? You are you know? But there have been a lot of wake up or like certain moments or dreams that have actually changed people's lives from being just an atheist and not believing in anything, you know? And maybe that'll happen to you. Who knows? I can't promise any promises, you know. But that was mainly it. Like I said, the other dream was today, and I don't really remember it. It was kind of like I was trying to look for something, but I couldn't find something. You know, it was similar to a different dream I had, where it was like, I don't know if I mentioned this one, where like and one of this certain dream, like somebody was trying to take something from me, and I was like, no, you can't have this. This is mine. Why are you trying to steal this from me? And that was the dream after, like, when I woke up from that dream, it made me want to buy crypto, which isn't like normal, you know. I had a desire to buy it, and if you know anything about crypto, it's like, geez, you know, it's not the best idea to do. Because when you look into it, there's a lot of bad rumors about it. You know, it's like sketchy, and it makes sense. Even I was sketched out about it for the longest time until that dream. And I eventually started looking into it, and it's kind of like, if you know what stocks are, it's kind of like a high risk stock. High return, high risk, you know? So if you're willing to go with the high risk, you can get a high return, but you could also lose all your money. And that's, yeah, that's not a good thing, you know? That's never a good thing. So unless you're willing to risk or know anything about it, I wouldn't recommend it, but you can look into it and maybe you'll feel a certain coin that you prefer. Because for me, believe it or not, a lot of people were talking about, what is it, Shiba Inu? That's not the one that I've been feeling. I've been actually feeling Luna Classic, believe it or not. And the other one, the one that split off, the Luna, I think it's just Luna. I'm not really sure. It actually has increased in price. Luna Classic hasn't, but people speculate it will eventually, because there's some kind of thing going on with the person who split off from the group and made a different Luna or something like that, and they have to do something, and it'll eventually make the price of Luna Classic go up. At least that's what I heard. I'm not sure if they ever did it or if it even will, but believe it or not, Luna Classic has actually been a pretty stable coin, from what, like, since the dip, because, you know, when it split, it made the, you know, classic one dip. But there have been apparently a lot of people who dedicated to that, and I've noticed certain, at least for the last couple months, it's actually been pretty stable between like 3 zeros, and so it's like a less than a cent pretty much, but it's like at the 30, and then like 16 is the lowest usually. Sometimes it goes to 15 at the lowest, but it usually stays between 16 and 18 at the highest. And so it's like 16, 17, and then like back to 16, or it goes from 16, 17, 18, and then 18, 17, 18, and it kind of goes back between those three numbers right there. So a very small up and down right there with just those numbers. It's not even that huge of a number because it's even less than a cent, you know? So that's why I considered that one a safe bet, because, well, even when it dipped, I've noticed even when like the currency dipped, it would stay at 16 usually. It didn't, like all these other cryptocurrencies and stuff like that, they didn't like not get affected. They actually dipped pretty hard sometimes, and that one stayed the same at most, you know. At most it went to the 16, maybe the 15. It didn't go down much, and I was honestly surprised at that. That's why I've considered that one one of the safer ones to invest in if you do it. That's the one I personally recommend. But yeah, that's not advice or anything, you know. I'm no expert, you know, but that's the one I've kind of been, excuse me, sorry, hiccup. But that's the one I've actually, like, since that dream, I've looked into more than the other ones. I've looked into all of them kind of, but like that's the one I've noticed, and that's the one I've actually been feeling and kind of getting a vibe towards, because I've been seeing Luna, you know, like, you know how you see Luna, like a word or something or a number over and over and over and over and over and over again. Well, you don't just see Luna every single, like, often, you know, like, where do you see Luna? Like, where are you going out and you're seeing, oh, the word Luna? Not very many places, right? And yet here I am seeing it a lot more often since I've had that feeling, you know. So that's why I've leaned even more towards Luna. So yeah, that's just something I personally believe will be a benefit to me, even if nothing happens. You know, they say, oh, the economy might crash or something like that, you know. Well, they can't. If it crashes, well, you know, you still have digital currency or physical silver. You know, those two are usually the ones people are going to lately. But yeah, I've just had a feeling if it goes digital, Luna's the one for me, at least personally. It's different for everyone, you know, but that's for me, yeah. But yeah, that dream, it was like I said, it was similar to where like someone felt like somebody was trying to take something, or it's like I was looking for something. I wasn't really clear, you know. I have no idea. That's why I didn't want to say it, but it just felt like I was looking for something and I couldn't find it. Like it's gone. Where is it? What's going on? You know. So maybe that was something just for me personally. Maybe this dream won't, or this video won't even get noticed because of that. You know. But I just felt like I should mention this specific gold silver one, this silver coin one, especially since coins lately and silver have been like, at least coins have been like a thing lately for me. You know, with the coin dream I had before, and this one right here, it kind of looks like a recurring thing so far with coins. Hey, I'll take it. Coins are coins, like physical coins, you know. So maybe that was a warning. Maybe that was a heads up for me. Maybe that was a heads up for everybody. I'm not really sure. Who knows? But yeah, that was it. Hopefully, you guys can give me your opinion if you have an opinion on it. If you see this, who knows? I don't know. Videos aren't really, you know, getting noticed. But hey, if you notice it, let me know what you think. I'm actually curious. Who knows? Maybe you had something similar happen. And I've actually seen a video today which kind of like mentioned something about coins, or like something about what is it? Money falling down from the sky. Is a symbol of like God, or like, you know, spiritual manna. I think they said manna. It's like receiving manna spiritually. And I was actually interested in that, and maybe that's what that kind of signified, like when the previous coin dream where the money was falling down from the sky, or the coins were falling down from the sky. Maybe that was like a symbolic mention of that, because I think that was the same one where it said transfer complete. No, that was not. That was a different one. Was it? I'm not really sure. I would have to go back and actually listen to that video. But I remember hearing transfer completed one time and all that, and now, you know, all this different stuff's happening lately, you know. So we'll see. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a good day. Hopefully, hey, who knows? Maybe you'll get a different opinion than me. Maybe you'll see something different. I don't know from this. But yeah, have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good life. And if you come back, until next time. Peace.